Welcome back to Index Cyber. I don't think people understand just how wild the evolution of cyber attacks has been. Today, we're diving into the evolution of cyber attacks, a journey from harmless pranks to threats that can topple governments. Once, viruses were just digital graffiti. Now they're sophisticated weapons targeting anyone with a password or a connected device. Our dependence on technology has opened countless doors for digital criminals. In the 1990s, hackers were more about mischief than money, seeking notoriety rather than chaos. But as we'll see, every innovation brings new risks. Think of this as a museum of digital disasters, from prankster viruses to AI-powered threats. For every brilliant invention, someone's figuring out how to weaponize it. And that's the unsettling theme of our story. Let's rewind to the 1990s, an era when the internet was still new, and most people were just discovering the magic of email and chat rooms for the first time. Back then, cyber attacks were more about pulling pranks and showing off than making money. Hackers were often teenagers or curious techies, eager to make a name for themselves in the digital underground. The infamous Melissa virus, for example, spread by secretly emailing itself to everyone in your address book, turning your computer into a digital gossip machine and clogging inboxes around the globe. Hackers at the time craved recognition, not riches. They left obvious digital calling cards, almost like graffiti artists tagging their work for the world to see. Then came the ILOVEYOU virus, a seemingly innocent email with a love letter attached. Millions of people, curious or hopeful, couldn't resist opening it, not realizing the chaos it would unleash. The virus overwrote precious files, spread to new victims in seconds, and caused billions of dollars in damage, all with just a simple click. Laws at the time simply couldn't keep up with the speed of technology. The creators of these viruses often walked free, slipping through legal loopholes that hadn't even been imagined yet. These attacks taught us a hard lesson. People will click on almost anything, especially if it promises love, money, or a funny joke. Email quickly became the main delivery system for digital chaos, turning every inbox into a potential minefield. Early malware was a warning shot across the bow, showing just how a few clever lines of code could disrupt the entire world and change how we think about security. But most people simply hit snooze on that wake-up call, not realizing how much the digital world was about to change forever. The 2000s marked the rise of cybercrime for profit. Hackers became organized, targeting online banking and e-commerce with phishing, keyloggers, and Trojans. Phishing emails mimicked banks, tricking users into handing over credentials. Keyloggers silently stole passwords and financial data. Identity theft exploded with stolen data traded on the dark web. The TJX company's breach exposed millions of credit cards, showing how vulnerable we'd become. The new goal: steal quietly, stay hidden, and cash out. Cybercrime was now a silent, global business. The age of digital robbery had truly begun. The 2010s marked a turning point, transforming cyber attacks from isolated incidents into powerful geopolitical weapons. Suddenly, the digital world became a new battlefield, where invisible wars were waged across borders and time zones. State-sponsored hackers set their sights on critical infrastructure, power grids, financial systems, and even the very heart of democracy: elections. No sector was safe from these sophisticated digital assaults. Stuxnet, a groundbreaking digital weapon, sabotaged Iran's nuclear program, proving that lines of code could unleash real-world destruction, disrupting physical machinery, and rewriting the rules of conflict. Ransomware like WannaCry swept across the globe, crippling hospitals and businesses alike. Suddenly, lives and livelihoods hung in the balance, as hackers demanded payment for access to vital data. Even democracy itself was under siege. The DNC hack in 2016 weaponized stolen information, aiming to sway public opinion and undermine trust in the electoral process. Suddenly, everything from your toaster to your vote was a potential target. Everyday devices became entry points for attackers, blurring the line between personal and national security. Criminal gangs and nation-states began to blur the line between crime and warfare, collaborating or competing in a shadowy digital underworld. The stakes were no longer just financial, they were societal. Cyber attacks threatened the very fabric of daily life, from city infrastructure to the safety of families. The 2010s revealed a sobering truth. In the digital age, nothing is truly off-limits. Every device, institution, and person could be a target. Cyber attacks had become a tool for power, reshaping the global landscape and forcing the world to rethink what it means to be secure. Welcome to the 2020s, where AI supercharges cyber threats and transforms the digital battlefield. Artificial intelligence, once hailed as a force for good, is now being weaponized by cybercriminals in ways we never imagined possible. Criminals use AI to craft flawless phishing emails and create deepfakes. Audio and video so convincing even experts are fooled. These attacks are no longer crude or easy to spot. They're sophisticated, personalized, and nearly undetectable, targeting individuals and organizations alike. Imagine getting a call from your boss's cloned voice, authorizing a wire transfer. That's reality now. AI can mimic speech patterns, intonations, and even emotional cues, making social engineering attacks more effective than ever before. Supply chain attacks like the infamous SolarWinds breach compromise trusted software to infiltrate thousands of organizations at once. With AI, these attacks can be automated, scaled, and adapted in real time, making them even more dangerous. AI allows attackers to scan for vulnerabilities and launch attacks at machine speed, probing defenses and exploiting weaknesses faster than any human could react. The sheer scale and speed of these automated assaults are rewriting the rules of cybersecurity. Defenders are always playing catch-up in this high-speed arms race, struggling to keep up with threats that evolve in seconds. The pressure on cybersecurity teams has never been greater. The very technology meant to protect us is now a weapon in the wrong hands, turning security systems against their creators and blurring the line between defense and attack. The 2020s are defined by AI versus AI, a silent war in the digital shadows, where algorithms battle for control and dominance, often without human intervention. Security is no longer just about firewalls, it's about outsmarting machines, anticipating their next move, and building defenses that can learn and adapt just as quickly. The future of cyber attacks is here, and it's relentless. As AI continues to evolve, so too does the threat landscape, demanding vigilance, innovation, and a new kind of digital resilience. What's next? The future of cyber attacks is even more daunting. As we connect everything, homes, cars, cities, each device becomes a potential target. The looming threat, quantum computing, which could break today's encryption in seconds. We're racing to develop quantum-resistant security before the quantum apocalypse arrives. AI-driven defenses will fight back, predicting and neutralizing threats in real time. But this raises tough questions. What if an AI defense shuts down a hospital by mistake? Who's responsible? The only constant is change, and the stakes keep rising. Awareness and skepticism are our best defenses. So, which era of cyber attacks do you find most fascinating or terrifying? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment.